Hi, everybody. Hi, how are you? It's Kristen checking in from the Island Free Library on Block Island with our short story program for adult listeners. This is a daily program from the Island Free Library, and I am in the teen lounge of the Island Free Library. That's a little bit of a better set, right? And I am going to read you an adult short story. This program is for adults as I read adult themed stories with adult language, adult content. So, get the kids out of the room or save this video till later. My dad just logged on. Hi. Beautiful day on Block Island. Beautiful day out there. Yesterday I was late but still read a good story, right? Read some Hemingway. Today I'm a little bit late and a little bit frazzled. We're busy. Fall is a busy season for this little library. Sort of like people kind of like come back into reality and need to get work done and maybe have a little bit more time to read and watch movies. And so we're busy. We've been hopping all day. We run a really big book sale on Saturdays. Very successful venture and very successful venture for us. And so we're cleaning up after that. But here I am. I did find some good creepy stories for this month of October, this month of Halloween. So look forward to some, chilling stories. And while I was doing that, I found this book, Exaltation. Is that what it is? No, not exaltation. Exhalation. I think it's like exhaling, but with I-O-N. I can't even pronounce the book I'm going to read today. That's not a good start. Exhalation. I know my mother's out there saying, it's exhalation. Why can't you say that? Exhalation by Ted Chiang. That's not really how my mother talks to me. Hi, Mom. If you're out there, I know you don't really talk to me like that. Exhalation. Stories by Ted Chiang. And I'm going to read one from here today. I hope it's a fun story. I found some stories today and I was like, oh boy, glum, more glum, glummer. Oh boy, these are tough. Which is sometimes that's what the short story is about, but not always. And as I said, I found some scary ones, so they can be scary. And this one, I'm not sure what this is going to be. This is from our sci-fi section. So I'm not always in the sci-fi section. This definitely is, a change of pace for me. Although I've read sci-fi on this program and I've learned to like it. Let's see, what am I reading today? Oh, I found it. So let's see what I'm going to read today. Let's get to it. I am reading... Here it is. Okay, so this is Ted Chiang, Exhalation. Yeah, so I think it is about exhaling. So the front piece here, it says, the universe began as an enormous breath being held. It was published by Knopf in 2019. And I am reading The Great Silence. This table's a little wobbly. Is that weird for you all? Is it okay? Okay. And now, I didn't have a lot of time today. So already with sci-fi too, I'm never even sure if they're like real words or made up words. So if I had Googled this word, I don't even know if it would have told me how to say it because I don't even know if it's a real word. But I'm going to try to get through it here. Okay. The Great Silence. The humans use Arecibo to look for terrestrial intelligence. Their desire to make a connection is so strong that they've created an ear capable of hearing across the universe. But I and my fellow parrots are right here. Why aren't they interested in listening to our voices? We're a non-human species capable of communicating with them. Aren't we exactly what humans are looking for? The universe is so vast that intelligent life must surely have arisen many times. The universe is also so old that even one technological species would have had time to expand and fill the galaxy. Yet, there is no sign of life anywhere except on Earth. Humans call this the Fermi Paradox. One proposed solution to the Fermi Paradox is that intelligent species actively try to conceal their presence to avoid being targeted by hostile invaders. Speaking as a member of a species that has been driven nearly to extinction by humans, I can attest that this is a wise strategy. It makes sense to remain quiet and avoid attracting attention. The Fermi Paradox is sometimes known as the Great Silence. The universe ought to be a cacophony of voices, but instead it is disconcertingly quiet. Some humans theorize that intelligent species go extinct before they can expand into outer space. If they're correct, then the hush of the night sky is the silence of a graveyard. Hundreds of years ago, my kind was so plentiful that the Rio Abaja forest resounded with our voices. Now we're almost gone. Soon, this rainforest may be as silent as the rest of the universe. There was an African gray parrot named Alex. He was famous for his cognitive abilities, famous among humans, that is. A human researcher named Irene Pepperberg spent 30 years studying Alex. She found that not only did Alex know the words for shapes and colors, he actually understood the concepts of shape and color. Many scientists were skeptical that a bird could grasp abstract concepts. Humans like to think they're unique. But eventually, Pepperberg convinced them that Alex wasn't just repeating words, that he understood what he was saying. Out of all my cousins, Alex was the one who came closest to being taken seriously as a communication partner by humans. Alex died suddenly when he was still relatively young. The evening before he died, Alex said to Pepperberg, "You be good. I love you." If humans are looking for a connection with a non-human intelligence, what more can they ask for than that? Every parrot has a unique call that it uses to identify itself. Biologists refer to this as the parrot's contact call. In 1974, astronomers used Arecibo to broadcast a message into outer space intended to demonstrate human intelligence. That was humanity's contact call. In the wild, parrots addressed each other by name. One bird imitates another's contact call to get the other bird's attention. If humans ever detect the Arecibo message being sent back to Earth, they will know someone is trying to get their attention. Parrots are vocal learners. We can learn to make new sounds after we've heard them. It's an ability that few animals possess. A dog may understand dozens of commands, but it will never do anything but bark. Humans are vocal learners too. We have that in common. So humans and parrots share a special relationship with sound. We don't simply cry out, we pronounce, we enunciate. Perhaps that's why humans built Arecibo the way they did. A receiver doesn't have to be a transmitter, but Arecibo is both. It's an ear for listening and a mouth for speaking. Humans have lived alongside parrots for thousands of years, and only recently have they considered the possibility that we might be intelligent. I suppose I can't blame them. We parrots used to think humans weren't very bright. It's hard to make sense of behavior that's so different from your own. But parrots are more similar to humans than any extraterrestrials species will be. And humans can observe us up close. They can look us in the eye. How do they expect to recognize an alien intelligence if all they can do is eavesdrop from 100 light years away? It's no coincidence that aspiration means both hope and the act of breathing. When we speak, we use the breath in our lungs to give our thoughts a physical form. The sounds we make are simultaneously our intentions and our life force. I speak, therefore I am. Vocal learners, like parrots and humans, are perhaps the only ones who fully comprehend the truth of this. There's a pleasure that comes with shaping sounds with your mouth. It's so primal and visceral that throughout their history, humans have considered the activity a pathway to the divine. Pythagorean mystics believed that vowels represented the music of the spheres and chanted to draw power from them. Pentecostal Christians believe that when they speak in tongues, they're speaking the language used by angels in heaven. Brahm Hindus believe that by reciting mantras, they are strengthening the building blocks of reality. Only a species of vocal learners would ascribe such importance to sound in their mythologies. We parrots can appreciate that. According to Hindu mythology, the universe was created with a sound Om. It is a symbol that contains within it everything that ever was, and everything that will be. When the Arecibo telescope is pointed at the space between stars, it hears a faint hum. Astronomers call that the cosmic microwave background. It's the residual radiation of the Big Bang, the explosion that created the universe 14 billion years ago. But you can also think of it as a barely audible reverberation of that original Om. That symbol was so resonant that the night sky will keep vibrating for as long as the universe exists. When Arecibo is not listening to everything else, it hears the voice of creation. We Puerto Rican parrots have our own myths. They're simpler than human mythology, but I think humans would take pleasure from them. Alas, our myths are being lost as my species dies out. I doubt the humans will have deciphered our language before we're gone. So the extinction of my species doesn't just mean the loss of a group of birds. It's also the disappearance of our language, our rituals, our traditions. It is the silencing of our voice. Human activity has brought my kind to the brink of extinction, but I don't blame them for it. They didn't do it maliciously. They just weren't paying attention. And humans create such beautiful myths. What imaginations they have. Perhaps that's why their aspirations are so immense. Look at Arecibo. Any species who can build such a thing must have greatness within them. My species probably won't be here for much longer. It's likely that we'll die before our time and join the great silence. But before we go, we are sending a message to humanity. We just hope the telescope at Arecibo will enable them to hear it. The message is this: you be good. I love you. Exhalation by Ted Chiang. That short story was called The Great Silence. It's funny when I read stories, I pre-read them, and this one I just skimmed, and I could tell it wasn't too sad or too disheartening for today on such a beautiful day. and but reading it this second time, I was reminded of how many people who write science fiction and read science fiction and study science fiction and can talk about science fiction much more from an educated place than I. But this sense of us and them, and that they're all metaphors and analogies. I was definitely reminded of that with that. Who are the parrots? Who are the parrots of today? Anyway, food for thought. Food for thought on this Saturday afternoon, October 3rd. Can you believe it? October 3rd? Wow. Okay. Enjoy it. Hope that resonates with you. Be good. I love you. Wear your mask. This is my mom's mask. She gave me this one. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. Keep your distance. Stay well. Stay safe. Eat your veggies. Sleep right. Exercise. Drink water. Enjoy yourselves. Stay calm. Don't watch too much TV. I'll see you tomorrow.